She didn't go looking for the truth. She wasn't checking his phone. She wasn't trying to catch him. She just needed his laptop for 5 minutes. But in those 5 minutes, she found a document that ended her marriage before he even said a word. A full divorce plan. Her name, her child, her future already decided. And here's the part that makes this story different. She didn't confront him. She smiled and started planning something far more dangerous. Because for the next 3 months, she acted like a loving wife, while quietly preparing to disappear from his life completely. Ada is a 34-year-old woman. Elegant, soft-spoken, observant. The kind of woman people underestimated because she didn't talk too much, but when she did, it mattered. She ran a successful interior design business from home. Not loud wealth, but consistent, smart money. Her husband, Emeka, was 39, confident, charismatic, well put together, the kind of man who walked into a room and owned it without trying. He worked in oil and gas, senior level, good salary, big lifestyle, nice house in Lekki Phase 1, black Range Rover in the compound, designer suits, expensive cologne. From the outside, they looked like goals. One daughter, Zara, 4 years old, 5 years married. On Instagram, they were perfect, but real life had already started shifting. Then red flags began. It didn't happen suddenly. It was gradual. Emeka became unavailable. Late nights turned into normal nights. Calls started happening in private. His phone developed a new habit. Face down, always. Ada noticed. But anytime she asked casually, "Can I use your phone? I just want to check something quickly," there was always a reason. Battery low. I'm expecting a work call. Network is bad on that app. Even his laptop? Same pattern. If you need anything, tell me. I'll do it for you. At first, it sounded caring, but over time, it started sounding like control. Ada didn't push. She watched. Then came one Tuesday. Her own laptop crashed in the middle of a client project. A serious one. Deadline tight. Client waiting. She called Emeka. No answer. She texted. No reply. He was in a meeting. She knew how that went. But she also knew something else. His personal laptop would be at home, charging. He had forgotten it that morning. That almost never happened. Ada stood in the hallway for a few seconds. He didn't like her using his devices, but he wasn't home, thinking, and this was work. So she walked into his study, plugged in laptop, closed. Quiet room. She opened it slowly, like it might react. Password. She tried Zara's birthday. Unlocked. She paused. Not because she felt guilty, but because something about that moment felt important. She opened Microsoft Word, went to start her work, then saw the recent files list. Work documents, reports, contracts. Normal. Then one file. Right at the top. Divorce petition draft. Her fingers froze. Her heartbeat slowed instead of rising. She clicked it. 7 pages. Clean. Structured. Professional. This wasn't anger. This was planning. Notes in the margins. Checklists. Financial breakdowns. Custody discussions. Even reminders to consult a lawyer. This man hadn't just thought about leaving. He had been preparing to erase her. For a moment, she remembered who he used to be. The man who promised to build a life with her. The man who looked at her like she mattered. That version of him was gone, and in its place, a stranger. Ada didn't cry, not because it didn't hurt, but because something inside her had already shifted from emotion to awareness. She took out her phone, captured every page, every note, every detail. Then she closed the laptop and walked out like nothing happened. That night, she cooked dinner. They ate together. He laughed. She smiled. Zara played between them. And in that moment, he thought everything was normal. But Ada was no longer reacting to her marriage. She was studying it. And more importantly, she was preparing to exit it. On her own terms. The first thing she secured was independence. Her business. The one he barely respected. She reviewed everything. Accounts. Signatures. Access. Within days, she made herself the sole controller. Quietly. Legally. No announcement. Then came the joint account. Instead of reacting emotionally, she observed patterns, transactions, withdrawals, and what she saw confirmed everything. So she adapted. Small transfers, spread out, unnoticeable, within weeks. She had secured most of what mattered. Then one afternoon, opportunity, his phone, unlocked, careless for once. She didn't hesitate, and what she found wasn't suspicion anymore. It was confirmation. Another woman, not recent, years, messages full of promises, a future being built, while she was still in the present. Ada didn't scroll endlessly. She didn't need to. She took what mattered, proof, then put the phone back, and walked outside, like nothing had changed. She spoke to a lawyer, quietly, understood everything. Assets, rights, strategy. She wasn't guessing. She was structuring a win. Then, she did something even bigger. She started building a life outside the marriage. School options for Zara. Weeks later, he finally said it. I think we should separate. He expected tears. Instead, okay, no resistance, just calm. But she asked for 3 weeks. He agreed easily. That was his mistake. Those 3 weeks? Execution, assets secured, important belongings moved gradually. Then one day, she left. Not loudly, not emotionally, completely. When he came back home, it wasn't chaos. It was emptiness. Everything that mattered, gone. Waiting for him. Documents. Proof. Consequences. For the first time, he realized something terrifying. He wasn't in control. He never was. Miles away, Ada sat in a quiet cafe. New city. New beginning. No noise. No explanation. Just peace. She didn't win by fighting. She won by thinking. So tell me honestly, if you found that document, would you confront immediately? Or would you move in silence like Ada? And do you think she went too far? Or did exactly what needed to be done?